night.
Things aren't going right with Zach. You just need to grapple back to me.
There's a rumor going round.
All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true, yeah.
The episode started off with Katie and Mitch in the kitchen, with Mitch asking Katie about her dinner dates with Zach, and Katie spilled the beans, letting Mitch know it was awkward while Mitch saw an opening for him to shoot his shot, and he told Katie to keep her options open because he finds her attractive and would like to explore things with her.
What was Whitney saying though? You having it?
No, I don't know.
Whitney has officially scrambled Zach's head and he plans on exploring their connection. He seems more excited about his possible connection with Whitney than his current connection with Katie, but things got weird as Mitch told Katie Zach said his convo with her was dry. And it was.
Did he say that it was a bit dry? It was quite dry, the chat.
Yeah.
I can't believe he said it was dry.
I'm just saying that you can't be sure that it wasn't you.
That's ridiculous. Of course it wasn't me.
I love how Scott is always there for the tea. Anyways, Whit was telling them her convo with Zach was overdue, telling them she'll speak to Zach again the next day, and she definitely wants to get to know him.
It was a good conversation, I'm not gonna lie. It was like really good. It was really chill, normal vibes.
I think this is the perfect time for you guys. You can actually focus.
Zach decided to join Katie and Mitch, and meddling, messy Mitch decides to leave them too. And Katie was pointing out that their date was awkward, and Zach, he was so unbothered by that, telling Katie she should be speaking when exploring things with other guys. Then they were talking about their coupleship in the long term, and Zach said it's too early for him to be thinking about their coupleship in the long term, and to be fair, he is right. It's only been 1 week.
I'm gonna waste all my energy on you if I don't see something working on the outside.
No, I hear that. I hear that for sure.
In Zach's defense, Katie has been giving Zach mixed signals. She first rejected his kiss, then called him by her ex after he planned a date for her. So I don't blame him for losing interest. She's not giving the vibe that she's interested.
The conversation was a bit iffy. I'm not really one to force conversations as well, so I'm not too sure at the moment.
So Zach was telling Sammy and Ty about his weird chats with Katie, and Ty tried to talk him up, telling him he should be unapologetically himself, and Zach, he wasn't feeling that pep talk. The thing is, Katie hasn't seemed interested in Zach at all, but now that he is interested or flirting with someone else, suddenly, bam, she is interested.
I don't want to talk to her about random shit. I'm not going to beg it.
Chill out, bro. It's not like she's not on you. She just wants it to go better.
Lights out, Whitney, Mitch, Jess and Sammy were all rolling solo, while Montel spooned Leah and my faves were cuddling, while Scott and Catherine shared goodnight kisses, and Zach and Katie were surprisingly kissing too.
The next day.
Why did you not sleep in your own bed though? Don't get.
Do you know what? I just wanted a bit of like space to myself.
During the morning debrief, Katie was telling the girls about her awkward dates with Zach and how insecure she's been feeling about Whitney and Zach's chat. And Zach, he was telling the boys he finds Whitney attractive. Meanwhile, Mitch, he was lying about his chat with Katie. Now Whitney, she thought something could bloom from her chat with Zach, while Scott has been developing the feels for Catherine, and Catherine thought the dinner date was better than their first date.
I see Leah glowing yesterday after the date.
Yeah, I can't lie, she was happy, man. I've started to see she's becoming a lot more affectionate.
Sammy and Ty thought Mitch was shady, and this was a reoccurring offense with Mitch, so Zach plans on pulling Mitch for a chat, and he does. Zach confronts Mitch about telling Katie their chat was dry. Meanwhile, Ty was checking up on his girl. Now Mitch went around in circles saying nothing, and Zach called him out on his messy, shady ways.
Try not to talk about me too much in chats and put me on it and turn around and go blah blah blah. Like, it just looks fucking weird, bro.
At the den, Zach tells Katie he squashed it with Mitch, but asks Katie what exactly Mitch said to her, and Zach learns that Katie's version of events was different from Mitchell's, and Zach peeped it straight away that Mitchell was just shooting his shots.
A few moments later.
Did you go to Katie and tell her I said our chat was dry, bro? No, was those your words though?
Yeah, they were.
Come on,
I didn't mean it like that, though.
Shocked! This is shocking news.
Stop. I can't take any more. I can't do this. I cannot do this any fucking more. I can't do it anymore.
Mitch pulled Katie for a chat. He tried to iron things out with her, telling her it was all a little misunderstanding, and Montel, he wanted the tea on Scott and Catherine's relationship. Then he was telling Whitney how Scott's intentions aren't pure. Meanwhile, Ty also felt like Scott's feelings for Catherine aren't genuine, and Ella, she was out here defending my girl's coupleship.
Ella, you don't see what he's like in the boys' bedroom.
I think they're talking about you.
Talk about awkward. Kat and Scott overheard it all, and it got Catherine in her feelings. Baby girl was crying and thought if it were true, why are the boys not telling her? And Scott plans on calling the boys out later.
I got a text!
Oh my. Oh God.
Sammy.
We'll be going on a date, and he chose to take Jess out, and Whitney received the same text message and she chose Zach. Sammy and Jess were looking cute. They were matching.
Do you need help with your chair, or you got this?
You got me.
I got you? Of course I got you.
Thanks.
This is nice.
Are they still not allowed to recouple? Because if that's the case, this date is pointless. Now Zach, he was pleasantly shocked Whit picked him for the date, and Jess admitted to Sammy that she's been missing him while Whitney and Zach were vibing. Whit was telling Zach his dinner date was dry with Katie. Their flirt game was on 100.
26 now. Get a lot of grey hairs. You can see.
We love a silver fox.
A silver fox?
Yeah.
Back at the villa, Katie was feeling depressed that Zach was on a date, and Catherine told her for Whitney it's still too soon for her to tell if there's anything going on between her and Zach. And at the date, Zach was telling Whitney he thought he wasn't her type, and she was confident that she was Zach's type.
In the dance challenge, you looked at me, you were like, oof. I was like, ooh.
You shocked me on that dance challenge though.
Not Sammy and Jess watching them flirt. They then toasted their dates while Zach was busy being Whitney's knight in shining armor, and Whit called it a Zach attack.
A great first date and more conversations.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Zach and Whitney hugged it out, and Sammy and Jess ended their date with a kiss.
I'm excited to hear how the dates are going.
Katie, how do you feel about Zach and Whitney going on it?
It's a bit weird.
While the Islanders toasted the night, Sammy and Jess and Whitney and Zach returned from their date. While Sammy was debriefing the fellas, he was grinning from ear to ear, telling the boys about his kiss. Now over at the day bed, Jess was telling the girls about her date, that it's brought her and Sammy closer.
Felt like we picked up where we left off, if not even better. If not even better, man. Like.
Absence made the heart grow fonder, G.
Now Whitney was sharing the details about her date, and she admitted it to being a good date, and she tried her best to downplay it because Katie was there. Now over at the boys, Zach was telling them it wasn't forced and that their flirt game was on 100, with Sammy adding that the chemistry was undeniable between Zach and Whitney, and Ty was asking,
Do you feel like the convo with Whitney definitely flows better than the convo with Katie?
100%. Definitely gonna chat to Katie just to sort of know that date went well.
Zach plans on telling Katie he's planning on getting to know Whitney, and Whit admitted to having chemistry with Zach, looking at Katie and saying everyone's open. Then Katie wanted to know how Zach's date was, and Catherine was telling the girls about her chats with Katie from earlier on, and Katie, she was feeling jelly.
She was like a giddy schoolgirl.
Giddy schoolgirl? Oh, that's funny. But I'm not a giddy school guy, so.
Karma, you're such a beaut. Katie was annoyed at Zach when he said there's nothing for her to know. Now Whitney, she didn't feel like she was intruding, especially considering that Katie ended Zach's previous connection abruptly. Now Katie was telling Zach she'll take a couple of steps backwards. The cuddles, the kissing, they stop. But Zach didn't care.
And like that will stop.
That's more than fine. I understand.
There's not arguing.
Oh, bro.
If you want to get to know Whitney, that's fine. You don't have to say I need to get to know Mitch.
Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
Come on, honesty, best policy, all that. Like, I can't be fucking with, like, not honesty.
You get your fucking hands off me.
I just feel like no one tells me anything. I don't know anything that's going on. Like,
pretty devastating. And just a feeling of being no good at anything and being useless and hopeless and failed in every direction.
I feel like Whitney needs to pull you for attraction. And she's actually being smug about it, and it's making me feel awkward.
Nah, now we're just trying to piss me off. That's what we're doing. We're just trying to piss me off.
And guess what?
Hey you, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.